for tuning in today. I hope you and your family had an amazing Thanksgiving. I hope that it was filled with the best food, that it was warm, and that it was fruitful, and that it was full of the Spirit, and that you guys had an amazing time with one another in fellowship and in love. Today, I'm going to be reading out of James chapter 1, and it's 16 through 18. And it is, "Don't be deceived, my dear brothers and sisters. Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. He chose to give us birth through the word of truth, that we might be a kind of first fruits of all he created." I actually picked this one because it was the daily Bible verse of the day for yesterday on the Bible app. And if you don't have the Bible app, I encourage you. It's just a little, they have a daily Bible verse, and it's just a little pop of something in your day to kind of get you diving into the Word. It was a good way to introduce reading the Bible to me. I encourage you to read full chapters as well. So on your own time, read James chapter 1 and just dive into the Word and what it has to offer. I picked this today because I was moved by it yesterday, and I just wanted to share something a little bit personal with you all this week. And that is that I believe in this passage 100%, that every good gift is perfect and it comes from God. And I also believe that in that God is unchanging. He doesn't change. He doesn't shift on us. He doesn't weigh the way that we live our life based off our mistakes. And he doesn't change the way that he loves us based off what we've been through and what situations we're in, or because we fail or because we sin. He is with us always, period. And I learned this early-ish in my life. When you're young and when you're a child or a teenager, you put a lot of faith in the people that love you. I put a lot of faith in my parents. And I want to start this by saying that I have two parents that love me, and I believe that they do. But as a child, I put big faith in my parents. They teach you, they guide you, they help you, they fix your boo-boos, they do all the stuff. And I love my parents, and I put a lot of faith in them when I was younger. But because my parents, just like me, are not made to be perfect, they let me down. And they did some things that really hurt me in my life. And it was like a knife to the heart. It was like probably my first real feel of what heartbreak felt like. And because of that, I was confused that how could I put so much faith in these people? How could these people that love me and brought me into this world do such things to me? And where do I go from here? So I had to live through things and learn how to reconcile that in my life in order to move past it, in order to forgive my parents, to love my parents, and to understand my parents. And that's tough. When somebody does something to you, it is so tough to try to understand where it comes from and what it means. So through one of the things that my parents did do and did very well was encourage me to go to church. And because I was in church and I was around some very kind, loving, intentional people that poured into me, they continued to pour into me no matter what I was going through. And because of them, I was able to learn what a relationship with Christ looks like. And that in this passage here, it says, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. God doesn't change. And in that time in my life when I was disappointed by my parents, he didn't change then for me. I wasn't recognizing what his works were in my life at that time. And he didn't change for my parents at that time, even though they did stuff to me that I wasn't too happy about. But he didn't change for them, and he didn't change for me. The same hand that he extends to me in grace and love and peace and joy, he extends that same hand to my parents. He extends that same hand to you. He extends the same hand to the people in your life that have done things to you. Or he extends the same hand to you who's done things to yourself that have landed you in situations that aren't ideal. I didn't give my life to Christ until I was a lot older because I wanted to understand what that meant for me. Because of the situations that because of the cards that I was dealt with my parents, I was able to explore what it looks like when you have put your faith in things that aren't God and what that does to you. Because I put so much faith in my parents, they let me down and I was hurt big by them. And there's been other things in my life. I've put a lot of faith in relationships with people, friendships, outlets, and they crumble beneath you. Friends go away, relationships fail, outlets don't work, and I'm left in the same boat where I'm just disappointed. My point to this is, I didn't give my life to Christ till I understood what it meant for me. And when I did, I understood that the only foundation built underneath me that is going to withstand the storms and withstand the trials and the relationships that fail in my life is going to be one that is built with God. And that I don't have to live in the same hurt and pain that was dealt to me. And that I don't have to be defined by it either, but I also don't have to build a life built around the outlets that I seek that are unfulfilling. If you are wondering why your days, your nights, your life is chaotic or unfulfilling, or you're continuously being let down, it's because you are putting far too much faith in anything that isn't God. And once you start seeking that relationship with Christ, you are going to experience a relationship with something that's unwavering, that is unchanging, and that will not leave you. And the gifts that he gives are perfect. So anything that comes from him is good. Anything. And I'm not saying that the people in your life cannot give you something good. That's not true. They can. People provide with all kinds of love and joy in your life, but you cannot put all of your faith in depending on them. I want and I seek every day to put my faith in Christ so that I don't have to experience the heartbreak that I experienced with my parents from anything else. I know now through the relationship that I have with him that when I am let down, it's not because that God changed or he pieced the scene on me. It's simply because I wasn't putting my faith in him that day or that week or that month or in that situation. My faith lies in his hands. But it's not because I simply decided one day to give my life to him and that's done. When you give your life to Christ, it's not the finish line. It's the starting line. It is a line, a relationship that goes on and on and on forever. And it takes effort and work. And just like God is unending, your relationship with him shouldn't be either. You can't expect to experience the love of God if you're giving nothing to the relationship with God. He is standing, he's waiting, he's at the door knocking all of the time. But it's us that shuts the door in his face. I encourage you this week to explore the perfect and good gifts that God has given you. And I just want you to know that if you are tired of living disappointed in the people and the things and the outlets, there is something beyond that. You don't have to live in it forever. And I encourage you to reach out. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to Pastor Dusty, Keish, anyone at Farmdale, or anyone in your life that you know has a relationship with God, and they will help you, and they will encourage you, and we are always praying for you here at Farmdale. So this week, explore those gifts that God's given you. I encourage you so much to get into the Word and to know that you are loved far beyond any situation that you're in currently. And I hope that you have an amazing, amazing week. I look forward to being here next week with you all. And thanks for tuning in. Bye.